Hey everyone, welcome to Quarantine Photo Walk, Episode 2. For these photo walks, I'm trying to choose cameras that aren't in heavy rotation and ones that I haven't shot with in quite some time. So for this walk, I chose my Yashica C. This is probably one of my first TLR cameras that I owned. The last time I used this was probably in the summertime. I did a video where I went down in Wildwood and shot around with this. I don't usually shoot 6x6, and with that being, when taking this out, it's like a whole new world. I have to frame things differently to fit into the square, other than like my usual 6x7 or 35mm. So when going about shooting the 6x6, thinking about the composition of your image really comes out. One of the things I find difficult with these TLR cameras is the waist level finder that it has. Sometimes when I'm going out and shooting, I don't always want to like look up at my image, and sometimes I want to like take it from above or take it at a different angle, and having the waist level finder actually limits me. For this walk, I only shot one roll, so there's not as many pictures as there normally is. Considering we're in quarantine and everything, I wasn't able to take this roll to a lab, so it was developed at home and scanned. So this is actually the first roll that I developed in forever. I developed a couple times back in high school with black and white, but color I've never done before, so this was new to me. So these images might be a little different, not so much. Some are blurry, but yeah, so let's dive into the walk and show you what kind of photos I came up with. First photo, I came across this baby blue garage with this driftwood in front. The sun was hitting it at the perfect time, so that's why I snapped the photo here. For this one, what caught my eye was the shadows casting down from the tree on the white fence. Also, the colors of the pink tree against the white fence made the photo pop for me, so that's why I chose this image as well. This one's just an empty lot. I just like the way that it was framed. I like the yellow sign on the door that says "Do Not Park." This one's my favorite of the day. It's very Americana. Also, the saturation of the image is what really does it for me. For this one, I tried something a little different. This is where the problem of the waist level finder comes into play. I wanted to take a picture of the car that was between the two trees, and I couldn't look down to focus it, so I had to take it from up top. That's the issues I have with the waist level finder. You're kind of limited to what photos you can take and what angles you can take them at. So even though it came out super blurry, I'll show it to you anyway. Next was this water tower, and what caught my eye with this one was how rusty the water tower was going against the rusty barbed wire. I wasn't sure how to frame this one, and I kind of went against the whole rule of thirds. I did kind of want to put the water tower on the left, but I wound up putting it in the center. I think the reason behind that was the fence was kind of different, and I wanted just the white part of the fence in it and not just the chain link fence. So if I moved to the left or to the right, it'd be a different fence, if that makes any sense at all. Now for this one, I was walking by and I noticed this Bronco through the crack of the gate, and that was also difficult to take because I had to put my camera in that crack to get this photo. I really like the dusty Bronco next to the giant pile of rocks there. It's a real working's man kind of photo. On the corner for me is this classic Dodge. It's bright gold, and the guy parks it in his driveway, but he always parks it in the shadows of the driveway. I'm waiting for that one time that it's shining in the sun so I can get a cool picture of it, but for now, here's a picture of it in the shadows. I promise you someday I will get a picture of it not in the shadows. What caught my eye for this one was the Pepsi sign in the person's yard. The hard thing about it was the focusing, because you had the sign behind the fence and then behind another fence, and then it was also in the dark, so it's kind of hard to focus on the sign. I tried my best at it, but this is what I came up with. So that's the end of episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the photos. Sorry there weren't as many photos as there are normally. I try to just limit the walks to 1 roll per walk, and shooting with the 6x6, I only get about 12 photos for it. This allows me to think about what I'm shooting more and not just go out and just shoot everything. I have to actually think about, okay, is this definitely the photo I want to take? Is this interesting to me? Does this look good? So I'm really just trying to limit it to the 1 roll. So tune in next week for episode 3. It's going to be a little bit different, but I'm excited about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.